Welcome to Cheaper Than Dirt Videos. I'm the old man, and I'm going to show you in each video special tips that will help you be more efficient to landscaping. Alright, here's my Toro TimeMaster. I've had this for a little over 2 years now, and my transmission cable snapped. You can see how loose the handles are, so I'm going to replace that and make this video as short as possible. I think I've been making my videos too long, so this one's going to be a real short, quick one. And so let's get started. I'm going to bring it inside because it's too hot out here right now. It's like 95 degrees and it's no fun working out in the heat. So let's get this thing inside. Alright, now we got it inside the shop here. It's a little cooler, but not too much, but at least we're not out in the sun. This is going to be the replacement cable. This right here, this is the part number you're going to want. Right there. And you can see it comes with the spring and the little hook. And that hook goes... there's no light here. There we go. Goes right here. That's where that end goes. So let's flip this up on its side and I'll show you where the spring part goes. So you'll need some needle nose pliers, your replacement cable. Alright, let's move these bars up so we can lay it over on its side. Okay, so this right here, rub it here. This right here is where the spring end's going to hook to the transmission, and this is the cable right here that we are going to remove. Alright, and then our next step is going to be to remove this transmission tensioning spring. You can just use some pliers for that. Alright, so that's off of there. And we need to remove the transmission belt. Alright, so now the transmission belt is off. That allows us to turn the transmission around. Alright, hold on, we've got one more step we got to do. I need to take the cable out from the bars up here. So let's go do that. Alright, the first step we're going to do is loosen up our cable here so we can get it out. The old mowers have this tensioning knob here. The new mowers don't. It actually has a little bolt right here. So depending on what mower you have, you can loosen this up. And that will allow this cable to slide out. We'll get that loose. And now we've got a hook right here. Need to remove this piece. We got that out. And now this cable, might have to put the camera down and use both hands. Let's see if we can do this one-handed. See what we got here. Alright, let's take this totally off here. All right, there we go. Now we can get this slide out. There we go. All right, now we got the cable loose from there. All right, so we got the knob off. We got our cable out. You just slide it out from this plastic piece here. Now this is the first time I've ever changed this cable, and just realized that this piece right here, let's see if we can get it in view, is not going to fit through here. What happened was there's zip ties, factory installed zip ties there, and we're going to have to cut those to be able to get our cable out. So let's do that right now. Alright, is there another one? Kind of a bummer we got to do this. But I'm not sure of any other way to do it, because both ends of the cable have a large enough piece where it's not going to fit through where the zip ties are. Alright, so now we should be able to slide this cable out. Well, it looks like there's a little clamp here. So this little clamp just kind of fits in there. Oh, I see. Alright. Okay, now we should be able to get this old cable out of here. There it goes. Get it out of this protective shield here. Alright. Now there's the hole. So let's flip this mower back up so we can get the underneath side. Alright, now we got an underside view of what's happening. So now we can move the transmission out. Get it out of the way there. Let's pull this cable through the hole. Fits through. Okay. You can see this is where the cable snapped right there. So we might as well just take the... Alright, there it is right there. Here we go. Alright, let's just move it this way so we can get to the spring. There. I don't know if I can do this one-handed. This is not a one-handed job here. Alright, what's going on? Hold on. Alright, my patients are running real thin right now. This is really starting to irritate me. Can't really see what I'm doing. Alright, you know what? It's an old cable, I don't need it, I can't see what I'm supposed to be doing here. So I'm really getting irritated. I don't like it when they make things difficult to fix. You're supposed to be able to just easily pinch this thing and remove it, but it's not an easy task. And it's really starting to irritate me. Why can't I get to this? This is really irritating me. All right. See the new cable here? These are the, this is what I'm trying to pinch right here. See if we can get it on there. Right there, these tabs, I'm trying to pinch those. Can't see anything back there. So I'm about at the point where I'm just going to cut it off. Because I'm done messing with it. I just want to get this job done. Let's just see if we can get this in there. Just start hacking this thing. There we go. Alright, so the manual says you're supposed to pinch those. Screw it. Don't bother. Just grab the cable and yank it through. It's your old cable. I've wasted enough time trying to finesse it through. You can tell I'm kind of irritated with it. It's hot out here and I just want to get this done. So, we are now going to feed, let's see if we can see that. Feed this end up through the hole here. I don't know if you can, I can't see the hole. Hold on a second. I want you to be able to see. All right. All right, so there's the hole we're going to try to feed it through. Right there. That's where we're feeding it through. All right, and here's the spring. We're just going to do the opposite. See, these pinch clips are great pushing it in. So it should snap right in, be no problem. So you want your, there's a little notch right here. Let's see if you can see it. All right, the bracket right here has a little notch. Just put your cable through. And then you're going to want to push that. Let me put the camera down. Okay. So we're going to push our pinch clamps in. So there the cable's locked in. And now we need to get the spring. And it will hook right here. Don't know which side it's supposed to be on. Probably doesn't matter. They sure don't make this stuff easy to do sometimes. Alright, so we got the spring in. Make sure that it's facing the right way. We want it facing that way. Okay, the cable's straight. Alright. Alright, so let's finish feeding the cable through. Make sure nothing's bound up. Alright, looks good. This bracket back on. So we need our 1/2 inch socket. Make sure it's tight. Just cinch it down one more time just to make sure that we got it good. Yeah, that should be good. Okay, so we got that bracket on there. Now we need to get the transmission tensioning spring back in place. Definitely need some pliers for that. This is a two-handed job here. So I got my camera down, so just pull it right there. Alright, so here's the old cable. The easiest way to do it is to just grab it with your pliers and just pull it out of that hole there. Don't even try to use the pinch pieces here. Don't even try to find those, you can't. So just pull it out. Alright, now we got the, whoops. We got the cable up in here we need to get out this little hook. Let's try this again. Alright, there we go. Alright, we've got the tensioning knob on there. Now let's flip it on its side and see what we gotta do next. All right, so we got the transmission tensioning spring back in place. We've got the transmission spring back in place. And And we've got the transmission belt back in place. Fed the cable through here. I need to get some zip ties. I need to zip tie it here, and can't remember where the other one was. Probably up here. So they wouldn't come out like this. So we'll put one up here. Let's flip this up. Okay, so it turns out that there are two different size cables. This one is obviously way too long. Look at that. So I don't know how much that is. 5 or 6 inches too long. Now adjusting this was a little more difficult. A little more difficult because of the extra length. But what I had to do was, let's lower this. Alright, for this adjustment you have to pull the handle, your transmission handle, all the way back and make sure it doesn't slide forward, and push this outer piece down till it's real tight. I'm gonna make sure this is tight here and push that down without this blue handle sliding, or the your personal pace bar. You want it all the way up while you're pushing this cable down. Tighten it and you're ready to go. Now this job was a little bit more difficult than what I thought it was. You can see that there's these little clamps right here. You're supposed to be able to use a needle nose plier on and pull it out. Well, I just gave up on that. I just pulled it out, grabbed the pliers and pulled it out. It's the old cable. I'm annoyed that this cable is too long. So when you order one, make sure that you get the right length. I don't see a part number on this old cable here. See what the part number is, because obviously the one I ordered was wrong. I didn't know there was two sizes. So let's see what we got here. Here's the old cable. 127. What is that? I don't know what that is. Is that 127-0007-1357 W? I'm not sure what that is. I'll have to look it up. Anyways, that's the cable that you're going to want. The one I got here is obviously the wrong size, and I don't know what the number is because it's already installed. But anyways, a little bit tricky. A little bit frustrating. First time I've done it. I gotta go get some zip ties and it should be ready to go. Alright, now we got outside. Let's make sure that I got the transmission tensioning cable correct. Alright, I think I might have it just a little bit too tight. So let's loosen it up just a hair. This is just a process that you just have to find the right tension. You don't want to make it too loose. You definitely don't want it too tight because it can break the cable, and it puts a lot of stress on the transmission when you have it really tight all the time. So let's give this a shot. Let's see how this feels. That feels a little better, but you can see how annoying that is, having that cable out there. So I gotta figure out how to fix that. All right, works good. Put some zip ties on this and it'll be ready to go tomorrow. Here we go. All right, what I ended up doing with this extra cable is I kind of just created a little loop here. Looped it in, zip tied it. I think I got it zip tight where it was. It looks like it's in the same spot. Got this bracket, little clip, got it back in place. And zip tied it right here. And it's back to normal again. Ready to go. Alright, once you get the cable installed and you tighten it up here, you want to make sure that you don't tighten the transmission cable too tight. You want to make sure that it rolls freely, because if you have it too tight, the transmission will drag a little, and when you pull it back, you'll feel resistance. You don't want that. You want it to be able to freely slide. If there's resistance when you pull it back, that means the transmission cable's too tight and you could snap it, snap the cable again, or you'll just put more wear on the transmission and possibly break that. So you just need to do a few adjustments. I think I had to adjust it about 4 times before I got it just right, but it works great now. Well, now that we're done changing the cable, I realize that we probably don't need to remove this transmission bracket here. I think what you can do is just get some pliers and twist and pull the old cable out. Look at the numbers, make sure you order the right numbers, because now we know there's 2 different types, 2 different cables. And you can just slide it back in and it'll pop right in, and hook the spring on and you're ready to go. But if you did order the wrong one, it's no big deal. And just put a little loop in it like I did, and it works just fine. All right, there we go. We learned how to change the cable. So remember, when you're going to replace the old cable, don't even try to mess with trying to get these tabs crunched in. Just take your pliers and pull it out as fast as you can. Don't have time to deal with it. Something we learned, that the cables are connected by zip ties. Got to cut those off. And it's a little challenging, not too bad. Remember the part number. I'll put that on the video. I'll make sure that I'll put the graphics up of the correct cable, because this one's a little long. You can see that I had to loop it here. Got the zip ties in place. I think the transmission still is a little bit tight, so I'm going to adjust this again. It's about my 3rd time adjusting it. Takes a little bit of finesse to get it just right. But yeah, there you go. That's how you change the transmission cable on the Toro TimeMaster 30-inch mower. Thank you for watching Cheaper Than Dirt videos. And please don't forget to like this video and subscribe, which helps our small channel be noticed. Thank you.